Hi, David Hoodley.
Deshaun, as a Georgia kid growing up, when did you really get an idea that this rivalry was as heated as it was? Was it the first time you played in it, or did you get a sense of it when you were in high school?
Not really until my freshman year here. Just a little bit my senior year in high school. I came to the game, but really I didn't really feel the tension and the hate between each other. Especially during the week until my freshman year. I grew up. Sad to say, a Florida fan while I'm in Georgia's, country. But so I was, so used to Georgia-Florida rivalry, not so much of, the South Carolina-Clemson.
When you came in and they had won 5 straight, and you said that you wanted to beat those guys every year. Only one quarterback has ever won 4 times in that series, but you had the opportunity now to go 3-0. How special would that be for you?
It'd be great. That's just, forget the records, forget the stats and all that stuff. This is one of the games that, you just want to win. You want to have the bragging rights for 365 days and be able to, prove that you was a better team. And, we just got to go out there Saturday and do that. So that's one of the goals that I had set, coming to this university, and going to continue it.
Do you enjoy this game more than most or any other?
All games are pretty big, but, this game is just have that little extra juice to it, which is just because it's the in-state rivalry and the state championship, and it's just so much tension between the two teams and the two universities. So it's always good to get to this week and be able to prepare and play in it.
In your 3 years here, where does reversing the streak and beating them with a torn ACL rank for you?
It's very high. It just. Like I said before, just one of the things that I wanted to do. Out of all the games, this is one of the games that you don't want to lose to. Just being able to play my freshman year on a torn ACL and flip it and continue it last year. Just gonna, try to, make it 3-0 this week.
What did you hear from the fan base after the game you played here last time you played the on the torn ACL? After it all came out, what happened? What did you hear from the fans and maybe your students around campus?
It's just, great. A lot of people didn't really know about it until Sweeney announced it after the game. But, just something that, Clemson fans, for 5 years wanted to, see happen. And, that team in 2014 got it done. And, we're going to, try to continue the streak and continue going. But, at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and play our ball and don't worry about, trying to continue the streak. Just try to be 1-0 Saturday and let everything else take care of itself.
Do you ever think about how your name will forever be linked as one of the heroes of this rivalry from a Clemson standpoint? Do you think about that?
I have not. I haven't really had time to actually sit down and think about it with so much stuff going on. But I know it'll be great, to have my name and a part of that, and just one of those things that you can look back 10 years from now and be proud of yourself.
It's 2 years in the past. Do you ever reflect on how amazing that was to go out there and play a game on a torn ACL and beat a rival and not only play but play well?
I don't know. It still haven't hit me. Just because I'm a competitor. I love to compete regardless if I'm banged up or not, and I just want to help the team any kind of way to just get the W. So it's just one of those things that it wasn't really a big deal for me. I just wanted to get out there and play, and maybe to other people it was, but for me it was just another game for me, going out there and trying to help the team win.
What was going through your head as a senior in high school watching the game here?
It was like a blur to me, so I really don't remember too much from that game. But just ready to get here and try to flip the streak, but just continue to trust the process and do whatever the coaches ask me to do, and just try to help this team the best way I can.
Were you fans or classmates want to talk football with you sometimes? Is this rivalry talked about as much as any other game, or is still last year's playoff run maybe another notch above it?
I don't know. It's just when I go to class, people don't really talk to me about football. It's just normal stuff. But if I had to choose, this is, playoff runs was one of the top, but I mean, it's Clemson, South Carolina, so everyone talks about this one, especially on the week of, the whole, game. So it's always a big one.
How good does it feel right now that you guys have the division wrapped up and know that, okay, we can concentrate on other things without worrying about all the moving parts that come with trying to get to the ACC title game?
We just take it 1 week at a time. And, last week was, focusing on one of the, our second goal, and that was win the Atlantic Division, and we achieved that. So, our third goal is winning the state championship. And, we just take it this week, take it one day at a time, don't rush it, and then let everything else take care of itself. And then once the ACC championship comes, we'll take care of that and so far. So, we just, try to take it 1 week at a time and continue to do, keep the main thing, and don't change anything.
I guess you're pretty familiar with South Carolina's defense. A lot of older guys on that defense who you've faced before. Do you expect anything different because of Coach Muschamp and what he's been able to do with that defense?
It's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be one of those things that you just walk in and just blow the doors open. Those guys going to have pride in what they do and prepare very well. Muschamp is a great coach, a great guy that's going to have those guys prepared, and they're going to be very confident coming in here. And they should be. But it's just going to be a hard-nosed physical game, and we got to go out there and do our part, protect the ball, and just play Clemson ball, and then everything else should be fine.
You said you grew up as a Florida fan. Did he try and recruit you to go down there?
Actually, he did, but I was already committed here.
Yeah.
I was a big Urban Meyer fan, so just Tim Tebow in those days. That's where as a young guy, that's where I wanted to go. But Muschamp is a great guy. Talked to him before. A great coach too.
Coach Sweeney said the other day he thought that was your best game decision making in a while. Do you think that you agree with that? That the late game was one of the best of the year as far as that goes?
I wouldn't say the best. I think a couple games early on, I had some games where I didn't have any poor decisions or missed assignments. But it's one of the top, couple of games where it was my, best decision game all around.
When you stand at the top of the hill with your teammates before the game, when you look around and have the mentality that this could be or this is going to be the last time I play in the state, that when you take a moment to look around and do that thought process?
I don't know. It's just, I'm just going to cherish the moment like I do each and every week. Regardless if it is or not, I treat every game like it's going to be my last, because you never know when that, last play is going to come, and your career can be over. So I always have that mentality, but, we'll see what happens, and just continue to, embrace everything that comes with, having a home game and just having that, pride, of just wearing this jersey.
Coach Sweeney said last night he holds a scholarship for you if you want to come back.
Hey, I know that. I know all that stuff.
Objectively, where are you at as far as your decision making?
It's up in the air. I just pray about it, and we'll figure that out later on down the rest of the season.
Deshaun, when people look back and talk about you here at Clemson, what's the legacy you want to leave? What do you want them to say? Out of all the things you've accomplished, what's the one thing that stands out?
Just a man of God, just doing the right things at all times. Who's about his business with great character, who loved to help people, inspire people. Just a student athlete that works hard to be the best he can be on and off the field, and just a leader a servant leader that just loved to do the right things, and just I guess. Have that great mentality to be positive and can achieve anything you want.
I know you said last week the shoulder was a little sore. Were you able to open up the playbook maybe a little more and run more going against Wake? Was it feeling better? Do you feel?
It just depends on the defense. Pittsburgh was, loading the box, so we just had to throw it more. And then, Wake was kind of playing more zone coverage, so we was able to run the ball more. So it just depends on the week. Not so much on my shoulder. Regardless if it's sore or not, still going to run the ball and do what I do and don't, hold anything back.
Deshaun, this is the time of year where there are several ACC teams going up against SEC rivals. The last couple of years, the ACC has kind of had the better of things. Do you take notice of that when other teams kind of beat the SEC after all those years that the big bad SEC was supposed to be on top?
It's not a main priority, but of course, I'm always going to be pulling for the ACC conference. So, best of luck to all those guys. Let's play this week against the SEC, and let's pull it out and take over.
What do you think about South Carolina's quarterback, Jake Bentley, the freshman starting this season, going into his first rivalry game? Have you seen anything from him this year?
I have not. I haven't really been focusing on them. I've just been, focusing on, this team and, being the best I can be. So I really can't say anything about, him. Best of luck to him and, his career. And, I bet he'll do great things, too, for that university.
Any advice to freshman playing in this rivalry? Quarterback?
Just hope he prepared. So.
Anything else?